Hello YouTube, Assume here with another Minecraft update video. With 1.5 just around the corner, Mojang have been releasing a lot of snapshots. These are bug fix snapshots and they caught me by surprise. I wasn't expecting them to come out, which is why I haven't had some videos out on them. So in today's video I'm going to be covering 09b and 09c, and then tomorrow I'll have another video out covering snapshots 10a and 10b. And so all of these snapshots have no new features, they're all bug fixes. So what I'm going to do is go through all those bug fixes so you know what's been changed in the game. A redstone lamp that's powered by a repeater with some redstone dust on top of it would continue to power itself after the repeater had been broken. Potatoes were previously not affected by the Fortuna Enchantment. This has been fixed and I've used a level 127 axe to demonstrate this. Items that have been renamed by an anvil would have extra MBT and would not stack correctly when being passed through a hopper due to serialization, which has of course been fixed. And here is a rail duplication glitch which has now been patched as well. Blocks that were powered by comparators would keep their state, meaning when you broke the comparator it would still produce a redstone signal. Comparators were also unable to be destroyed by pistons. Of course this has now been fixed. The Fortune enchantment didn't affect the rate of saplings and apples dropping from leaves. This has now been changed, but it will require a large test to show you that in action, which I didn't have the time for. But it has been patched. When using the middle mouse button on your mouse to pick a block and put it into your inventory, switching to survival mode and then trying to place that block down would create a ghost block that immediately disappears, which has now of course been fixed. Using the clear command with a command block to clear the player's inventory would not work on armor that had a custom damage value, which can be applied using an MBT editor. Of course this has now been changed. There is also a bug that I was unable to recreate with Minecraft where it crashes when you switch between different transport modes, i.e. being on a saddle of a pig, or in a boat, or in a minecart, and also when a pig gets killed and you're riding on it. This can cause the Minecraft client to crash. I was just unable to reproduce this. The mining fatigue effect has also been fixed. Previously it would only work if you had a tool in your hand, meaning that you could actually punch a stone block faster than using a tool if you had the mining fatigue effect on you. And there has been some other fixes as well, mainly due to stability with texture packs and stopping the world crashing as well. In snapshot 09c we have a whole bunch of bug fixes again. First of all, there's a teleport bug. If you're in a minecart, a boat or riding a pig, you won't be able to be teleported by a command block. A group of minecarts on a circular track like this will stack up and cause any minecart that goes adjacent to them to move with an infinite amount of momentum. Breaking one half of a door will cause the other part of that door to open or close right as the item breaks. In the creative menu, the potions that are available do not have the same values if you were to brew the same types of potions, and this has now been changed. The comparator output of a brewing stand is inconsistent because it has a slot for items at the top and 3 at the bottom, and it counts both of those separately. A minecart chest travelling over some hoppers will distribute out the items inconsistently between each hopper that it passes over, and of course this has now been fixed so that every minecart will distribute one item into each hopper as it passes over. Anything that can be powered by redstone will receive an update when it receives a 0 tick pulse. This is where the state goes from on to on because it has 2 inputs and they invert. There is also a duplication bug that has been patched. When minecart hoppers are stacked up on the same track and you throw items at them, you can see here when I break apart the minecarts that I get more items back than I put in. Powering 2 pistons like this causes the wrong one to extend. If you look at the bottom piston, you can see that there is also a graphical glitch, and that's the piston that is supposed to extend, and this has now been fixed. For this next bug, I've just taken a picture from the bug report. You can see here that rows of double extending pistons have a 50% failure rate, meaning that every other piston doesn't extend. Blocks that have a greater damage value than zeros, for example the different types of wooden planks that you get, can't be used in a crafting table to make items, and this has now been fixed. If you take a speed 5 potion and you have your field of vision on Quake Pro setting, when you start to sprint or you fly, you'll see that the screen will flip itself upside down, and of course this has been fixed. So here's another one from the bug report. I was unable to recreate this, but you can see the redstone line has a higher and a lower power value, but they're not the ones that should be next to each other. Like for example 5 and 6, this is like 14 and 4 I do believe, and so this has now been fixed as well. So they were some of the bugs that I could recreate. There were a lot that I couldn't as well, so there's more things that have been fixed. For example, putting out a fire in survival mode, sometimes it wouldn't play the noise for that. That has now been fixed. Also, when you get teleported somewhere and chunks unload, they can leave redstone powered, meaning that when they get loaded back up, redstone can be powered when it shouldn't be, so that has been fixed. Also, using a sword on the Ender Dragon meant you wouldn't lose any durability on that item, and that's been fixed as well. There's also been a lot of problems with texture packs that have been fixed. For example, non-standard resolution support, so the standards are 16 by 16, 32 by 32, etc. And now the game will support textures like 15 by 15 or 21 by 21. And there was also some bugs with hoppers and droppers not displaying their textures, and also the quartz block half slab having some issues there as well. The comparator, when it's off, sometimes displayed the wrong texture, and some bugs with animations have also been cleared up for the texture packs. There's also been improved terrain generation in the Nether to do with how the tunnels are generated, and lots of game stability fixes as well. Some strange crashing, like being near crops and it causing your game to crash, or the spawners causing FPS issues. All of that sort of stuff has been fixed as well. So you can see that Mojang are really trying to polish up the game and fix as many bugs as they can, ready for the 1.5 update. That is it for this update video. We've covered 09b and c, and tomorrow we'll be covering 10a and 10b. And if you want to give this video a like, it is much appreciated. It really does help support the channel. If you want to watch some more of my videos, there's links to click on the screen. So thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.